Perfect.
And my
Hi,
Hoya
Coach.
blue. How you doing? I have my Hoya blue dollar store glasses on.
I love it. Okay, are we good to let everybody in?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We have Coach Cooley here to speak on the upcoming game. Just a reminder, I know most of you guys have been on the Zoom before, but if you have a question, please raise your hand. When I call on you, you can unmute yourself and make sure to give your name and affiliation. So we're going to kick off right away with Patrick Stevens. Sorry, you had no hand up, but you're getting the first question.
Well, thank you for that. Nothing like being put on the spot, right? Ed, how are you doing today?
You know, I'm better today than I was last night at around 9:30. Had a chance to watch our film, had a chance to meet with the staff for a couple of hours, you know, digest last night and prepare for Seton Hall. Ironically, I don't know the last time in the Big East, and I've been in here for a couple of decades. All the home teams lost last night, which was interesting to me. Very, very interesting to me. But anyway, got some positive energy right now and looking forward to practice in about a half hour.
Ed, obviously, this is not where you guys thought you were going to be this season, especially 5 games in or so. What has been, besides injuries, which are an easy thing to say, what's been the most frustrating element of the last 2.5, 3 months or so?
So, I'm going to show our team this here, and I'll share this with you all. 8 of our Big East games have come down to the last 2 minutes. 8 Big East games. And of those, we're 0-8 in those games. Like 8 of the 10 losses have come in that. So the most frustrating to me is not learning, attention to detail, being mentally and emotionally tough. That to me is mind-boggling to me with our group here, as it's, you've heard me now say the same thing after every game in that situation. Whether it's a 50-50 ball, a turnover, just missed opportunities. And, hopefully we can learn from that, and I'll show them some clips on that today. But that's the most frustrating thing is we got to learn from our mistakes and whatnot.
And to kind of build off of that, like, how often have you had teams where you have kept kind of running into that exact wall where it's the same thing that you're running into game after
Zero.
game after game this deep into the season? Zero. So what is
Zero.
that? So what is that kind of like? How do you process that as a coach?
Hey, who? Who? Number one, make sure you don't run to the key bridge. I would say that. or go to the old Marriott top of the roof. No, you got to keep coaching. You keep inspiring until that last ball bounces. You got to try to stay as positive as you can and hold them accountable. You got to continue to coach, educate, and teach. And that's the only thing you can control. What happens after that, you got to make adjustments either with personnel, time and score, so many other different factors that come into it trying to win the game.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, Patrick. I hope you're doing well.
And you as well.
John.
Hey, Coach, you talked about the Big East schedule last night. I wanted to follow up on that. I think that the last time the Big East had 3 teams who each won 15 or more conference games was way back in 2009. So far ago that Louisville and Pitt were 2 of the 3. With 5 games left this year, St. John's and UConn and Villanova are each in striking distance. I was curious if you have any thoughts on why that is happening. And I don't know if it's coaching or talent or NIL or if it's just some random quirk or something else.
Oh, I haven't thought about that. I didn't know that fact. Haven't concentrated on it. I mean, when you look at them, those 3 teams, let's talk about those 3 teams that are at the top of our league. I think them 3 do the little things well. I think each of them have a talented, close to NBA player or players I think they have a veteran leader. Each of those teams have a veteran leader. Each of those teams defend with a personality. But I think the three top teams in our league do the little things well. And that to me is a difference maker. They're able to finish games where the ones who are not having the success that we want, and I'll talk about Georgetown, we're not doing the little things well to win the game.
Hey, Gideon.
Yeah, thanks for doing this, Coach. I wonder, just as you sit now with 5 games left, other than obviously winning as much as you can, what is your focus and your goal for this group for the remainder of the season?
To finish well, one game at a time. We've played everybody, if not once, twice now. We kind of know what the league is. You know what you're preparing for. Try not to overthink. You have to play, but you got to produce. The guys that are getting the majority of the minutes have to play better. I have to coach better, manage better, whatever you want to call it. I'm a little perplexed at where we are right now. I for sure did not see this coming. What your record is, what it is, for sure. And encouraging our guys to be the best that we can be right now. Try to take frustration out and continue to coach, teach, and motivate our men. To make sure that we try to get us a win on the road on Saturday.
And you've talked about the my bads that have come up in at the end of games, the frustrations that you had, and last night, the last 4 minutes of that game being the team that you thought you were going to coach all year. How much of that is a matter of internal accountability from players holding each other accountable? And are you missing that sort of internal leadership at times in those key moments, maybe?
I say yes. You hit it right on the head, right? I think today's player is so afraid to lead because everybody wants to be liked, right? Today's kid wants to be liked. And Gen Z kids all want to be loved, not liked. And that's just something we coaches have to deal with, where the players we had in past and we as players, it wasn't about being liked. It was all about how we winning and holding one another accountable. So in my opinion, with my team, that's something that's lacking that we're trying to get better at. Like there's not enough self-accountability, team accountability, player accountability with respect to, hey, we went over this before. Can't do that. We can't keep making that same mistake. If it always comes from the principal, it'll always comes from dad. We all know how that works out sometimes. It falls on deaf ears.
And how do you build that? That seems like it is a tough skill to build over the course of a season, but also just in a short period of time as well.
Well, I mean, that's where retention comes in. I mean, you can help people grow as leaders. I mean, sometimes there's naturally born leaders, others grow to lead. That's where retention is so important. And you try to identify it in your recruiting. But just like anything else, and I'm a big believer of this. There's three people in the organization that can never have a bad practice or game. The head coach, the best player, and the point guard. When those three players are not aligned, it's really hard to win. Really, really hard to win. That we've had more often than not where the three of us haven't been on the same page, whoever those, two players are. So I'll hold myself accountable to that.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Gideon. I appreciate you being on.
Racine.
Hi, Coach. And Carmen.
How are you?
I'm doing great. This is a team that wanted to hang its head on defense.
Ooh.
And when that slips, is that a matter of fatigue? Is it focus? Is it
It's not
schematic?
fatigue. We're not playing hard enough yesterday to be tired. We played for 4.5 minutes yesterday. If any of these guys are tired, it's mental or emotional fatigue. It's not fit. We did not play hard yesterday. And again, I thought we had a great defensive team. I really did. And at times we show it. Whatever yesterday, I don't have an answer for that. I really don't. Like we scored 45 points and down 9 at halftime. I mean, that was just an awful display of defensive basketball on both sides. We just were awfuler, I should say, if that's even a word. In Rhode Island, they have a place called Newport Creamery where it's called an awful, awful. That's what that first half looked like yesterday. Awful, awful milkshake defensively.
Did you think they played down to the level of Butler?
I think we disrespected our opponent yesterday. I think we disrespected the game yesterday. And then when it got tight, it was like, oh man, now the real Hoya team has to show up. That's what happened yesterday.
Okay, we'll head to Ron.
Hello?
Hey, Ron,
Can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you, buddy. I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. I'm multitasking. Bear with me. um, about Seton Hall, I don't know if anybody's asked you this. You know they're going to come with you to try to rough you off, to beat you up. How do you prepare? How do you prepare your guys for that inevitability?
You got to show film. You got to show their recent games of physicality and defensive pressure. They rebound the ball well. They turn you over. I mean, their numbers rank 1 and 2 in just about every defensive category in our league. So we know what we're going to go up against. This is going to be a protect the ball, rebound, offensive scout, right? That's what you got to do when you prepare against this year's Seton Hall team, right? Take care of the ball, rebound the ball. What are you trying to do offensively? Because they're very, very physical, getting over screens, being disruptive, right? I mean, that's why I thought the game last night, we watched it. DePaul was really, really good, physical yesterday. And they, and they did a great job rebounding the ball, getting second and third shots, and, being able to capitalize on the over-aggression of Seton Hall's defense. So we'll have our guys prepared for that.
So to use your characterization, is this a want game, almost like a total want game? They just got to want it to win?
Can you ask the question again?
Yeah. Is this a want game for your guys? Is this not about the X's and O's, not about the fanciness? Is this just strictly a want game for your guys?
Yeah. It's a need game. I mean, we've lost 3 in a row, all damn near all identical. Villanova, UConn, and then yesterday, they all look, I mean, they're all in the same boat. Maybe a different oar, but we're definitely in the same boat. And we got to find a way. We got to find a way to get a win. I don't give a damn what we got to do. We find a way to get a win.
Does your full court pressure kind of like energize you, so to speak, defensively, give you more energy? Do you guys play better when you're able to throw that out there?
At times, like when you have a pressing unit, you have to have energy and enthusiasm to press. You can't just go out there and say we're in a 2-2-1 or a 1-2-2. You can't be on defense. You have to play defense. Right? Yesterday for 34 minutes, 35 minutes, we were on defense. We didn't play defense. It's evident in giving up 90-something damn points in 40 minutes. It's gross.
Thank you and good luck, Coach.
Hey, real quick, Ron, what's the name of the dog behind you? What's that dog's name?
Shaka. That's my mom's dog. Shaka,
Yeah, well,
after Shaka Zulu.
Well, do me a favor. Ask Mom if we can borrow Shaka Zulu to bite the hell out of somebody. That's what I need right now. I need Shaka right now with a growl. That's what I need right now.
Hey, she would love for you to love to share him.
No problem.
Thank you, man.
We may put him on a plane down to Jersey.
Thanks, man.
I appreciate you. You.
Thanks so much, Ron. And also thank you to John for sharing us the image of the awful, awful. Coach, it looks delicious. It really does.
Where's it at, John?
It's in the chat. It's in the chat. So we'll be able to show it to you after. But
yeah, there you go. That's what our defense reminded me of yesterday. The awful, awful.
Okay, we're gonna head back to Gideon.
Thanks. Coach, you've settled on a rotation at the 5 spot with Julius starting, Vince coming in and closing. I wonder, just what you see in each of their games that has kind of led you to that slightly unconventional approach at the 5.
We go back and forth with that when talking to the players. I'm all about how do we finish the game, foul trouble, matchups. It's a lot that goes into that. And actually, we had a conversation around that this morning. So there may be a change that possibly can be made there based on the conversation I'm going to have with the group at 2:30.
And lastly, just as you look to Seton Hall, what have you taken from that first matchup with them where they came in and really pulled away at the end there? Anything that you've taken from that game that you want to emphasize?
Take care of the ball, rebound the ball, have your ball screen offense ready to go based on how they guard. You got to be the tougher of the opponent, right? You know, with 6 minutes left, it's a 1-point game. With 8 minutes left, with 4, it went to 9, then it went to 4 with a couple of minutes left. Take care of the ball. I mean, they turned us over, and, our ball screen coverage wasn't very good coming down the stretch. I think the little guard scored 6 points coming down the stretch. Clark, I thought he controlled the last 4 or 5 minutes of that game.
Appreciate it. I'll be done now.
Gideon, I appreciate you guys.
Okay. If there's no other questions for Coach, we appreciate you guys coming on. And Coach, good luck to you this weekend.
I appreciate all of you, my road dogs. I appreciate you. Appreciate everything you guys do. And thanks a lot for always being there for Georgetown, whether we win or lose. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks, guys. We'll be sending out the recording of this shortly. Have a good day.
Thank you.